Hey, what's up everybody? Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. This is my review of A Christmas Carol, directed by Jacqui Morris. There have been numerous film adaptations of the Charles Dickens novel over the years, but this one I can certainly say delivers a truly unique take on this familiar holiday tale, so let's dive right into it.
And how did little Tim behave?
Oh, as good as gold. As good as gold and better.
Now, we already know the main arc of this story and this reimagining. It starts as a Victorian performance of the Charles Dickens story, and from there it flows into the mind of a child in the audience as it explores the darker nuances of this ghostly holiday classic. First up, let's jump right into the positives. Like I mentioned, over the years there have been so many versions of A Christmas Carol for us to see on screen, and this adaptation is extremely inventive. It weaves in just so many different artistic expressions into a single piece of art, yet all of these elements fit together despite their stark differences. I mean, this version felt old and traditional in places, and it felt extremely contemporary during other moments as one scene flows into the other, which was something I really enjoyed, because the last thing you want is another tried and true retelling of this story. I mean, this one shows high levels of ambition, and regardless of whether or not I already knew this story, seeing how this version would play out was refreshingly intriguing. The performances across the board were impressive, the silent acting, the artistic dance, the voice narration, how everything was worked together, I thought was very impressive. And all of these things, added with the vibrant set design and a great use of lighting and shadows, delivers continuous visual appeal. It blurs the lines between stage performance and motion picture, and I thought it was pretty cool. It really grabbed my attention visually, and it made it a fun watch that can easily stand on its own amongst all the other versions. Now for some of the drawbacks, I think this vision of the story from Jacqui Morris was impressive on many levels, but there is a lot going on in terms of stage performing, dance, transitions, new characters, and the overall storytelling. For that aspect, the runtime does just feel slightly fatiguing, and I think a tight 80 to 90 minute duration would have been perfect for the styling of this film. And I don't really think it would have hindered much of the creative expression. I think it would have actually tightened up the pace just a little bit. I also think some of the shifts between traditional and contemporary were a little distracting in places. These moments didn't hinder the telling of this old story from the main arc of Scrooge's plot, but they did get in the way in brief moments. I also think there's the possibility that the creative expression in this film could be a little bit over the top for some of those who just prefer a more conservative telling of this story. For me, I actually think this was a positive for the movie. It really had my attention, but I can see where some will prefer something more along the traditional lines, so it's really up for a matter of preference. In my preference, I really enjoyed it. A Christmas Carol is going to get 75% on the meter. I thought it was very imaginative. It certainly was able to take classic source material and make something completely unique from it. It was a beautifully crafted work of art that thrived on its eccentricities and really does capture some of that holiday spirit while doing so. Now for today's My Silver Screen recommendations, I'm going to select 3 other of my favorite adaptations of this story, first being The Muppets A Christmas Carol from 1992, next up would be the animated version from 2009 led by Jim Carrey, and finally it would have to be the 1984 classic starring George C. Scott. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. I'd love to talk movies with you guys. Share it with your friends, and without question, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can never miss a video. Here are some links to some recent reviews just in case you missed them. All my social media links and the link to our official website are down in the description below, and I'll catch you next time.